So I was on Roland Martin Unfiltered on Friday, and we dealt with the House of Representatives passed 2 bills dealing with abortion, protecting abortion rights. Okay. I want to go to this clip right here. We're going to start that at the 24:17 mark. Okay, let's go to this clip, please, Jalen.
The House has voted to restore abortion access nationwide. The Democrats' first major response to the Supreme Court's landmark decision overturning the constitutional right to an abortion, Roe v. Wade. But the House bill approved Friday has little chance of becoming law with necessary support lacking in the 50-50 Senate, unless Senators Kristen Sinema and Joe Manchin of Arizona choose to end the filibuster. But the vote marks the beginning of a new era in the abortion debate as lawmakers, governors, and state legislatures grapple with the impact of the Supreme Court decision. There was a news conference before the vote where several members of Congress, including House Speaker Nancy Pelosi, spoke about the importance of continuing this right for reproductive rights for women.
Action to defend women's reproductive freedom. Today, the House will pass landmark bills. Our Women's Health Protection Act to make the essential protections of Roe the law of the land. Thank you to Congresswoman Judy Chu for leading us in passing this bill today for the second time this Congress. Our Assuring Women's Right to Reproductive Freedom Act will protect women who exercise their right to travel across state lines to get abortion care. Let us salute Congresswoman Lizzie Fletcher and Congresswoman Marilyn Strickland for their authorship of this, along with Jamie Raskin, who was part of it. But we must ensure that the American people remember in November, because with 2 more Democratic senators, we will be able to eliminate the filibuster when it comes to a woman's right to choose and to make reproductive freedom the law of the land.
The reality is that an increasing number of women are now forced to carry an unwanted pregnancy against their will, even in the cases of rape or incest, or travel hundreds of miles just to safely receive reproductive health care. We cannot force people to give birth. Worse, those who are forced to carry out an unwanted pregnancy are in the nation with one of the worst maternal mortality rates in the developed world. Taking away federal protections for abortion hits Black women, women of color, indigenous women, low-income women, LGBTQ plus women, and women with disabilities the hardest, disproportionately. This is about healthcare justice. This is about social justice. This is about economic justice. Ripping away our right to safe and legal abortion is yet another way to control us. This is not about choice for them. This is about control. Controlling our bodies, policing our bodies, and controlling us. And make no mistake, we will do everything in our power to make sure it does not happen, not on our watch. Thank you.
Congresswoman Barbara Lee, who has been open about her decision to actually have an abortion, spoke on the floor of the United States House.
Last month's Supreme Court decision is having devastating impacts across the country. Now, I remember the days before Roe, and now that the court has ended Roe, we are truly in a state of a national health emergency. Abortion bans affect everyone, but their impact falls hardest on folks who face serious barriers to care, who already have these barriers presented because of the lack of equity in our healthcare systems. Women of color, people working to make ends meet, rural people, young people. It's terrifying now that people could be criminalized for exercising their own personal health care decisions. That is wrong. It's morally wrong. Already across this country, people are unable to get the care and denied the freedom to make their own decisions about their health and about their futures. Our personal liberties and our freedoms are being taken away. Taken away. This is just another step in the erosion of our democracy. It's never been more critical than now that we pass legislation to protect the right to access abortion and ensure that abortions and comprehensive reproductive health care are accessible and available for all. Thank you, and I yield.
Again, that was Congresswoman Barbara Lee. There's been a discussion, debate all week, actually in Congress about this very issue. There have been various hearings taking place. There have been various discussions on Capitol Hill. Some of them have really been laughable when you listen to some of the discussions that have taken place. In fact, one of them was with Ayanna Pressley. And she was actually having this conversation with the wife of Josh Hawley. Josh Hawley, of course, is the right-wing senator from Missouri. And the back and forth was really laughable. I'm going to pull it up for you because you need to really understand just the type of craziness that goes on. And so it was Erin Morrow Howley. She is with the Alliance Defending Freedom. And they were, again, if you just want to just listen to how crazy it is, watch this. Listen to this conversation.
What are the chances that it can be carried to term?
My understanding is that when an ectopic pregnancy ruptures is a life-threatening condition, that's why the treatment for an ectopic pregnancy is not an abortion.
I'm sorry, reclaiming my time here. Again, could you just answer the question? When an ectopic pregnancy ruptures, what are the chances that it can be safely carried to term? And you know what, just to make this even clearer, I'm looking for a number between 0 to 100. Can you give me a percentage?
Sure. I believe 0 ectopic pregnancies, even those that do not rupture, have a chance of successfully being carried to term. That's why the treatment for them is not an abortion.
Reclaiming my time. It seems that there is a deficit in your understanding of reproductive health. In fact, I want the record to reflect that according to the American College of Obstetricians and Gynecologists, treatment for ectopic pregnancy requires ending a non-viable pregnancy. Now, let's turn...
That, with respect, ma'am, that's not an abortion.
This is my time. I asked you the question, you answered, and I am now providing you with the accurate information from medical experts. My question was, when an ectopic pregnancy ruptures, what are the chances it can be safely carried to term? The answer is 0%.
I answered that correctly.
Further, when it comes to one's accurate understanding of reproductive health and abortion care with an ectopic pregnancy, the American College of Obstetricians and Gynecologists says, quote, treatment for ectopic pregnancy requires ending a non-viable pregnancy. This is my time, end quote. So now I'm going to turn to the real experts.
That's not an abortion because
now
it does not have the intent to end the life of a child.
You had this back and forth. My panel, Kelly Bethea, communication strategist. Glad to have you on the show. We also have Matt Manning, civil rights attorney. Also, Mike Imhotep, African History Network. Glad to have all three of you here. Michael, you have the Attorney General of Indiana, who actually said that he is looking for the doctor who performed this procedure on this 10-year-old. This is the Attorney General who has been going on television, doing interviews, stating that she broke the law because she did not report information. Well, this is interesting. The doctor and her lawyers are firing back, saying that they have sent a. Come on, y'all, show it, please. Come on. They are showing a. They have sent him a cease and desist, saying that he is making false and misleading statements because she has documentation showing that she actually reported that. I saw another tweet where they were talking with another group where they made 2 referrals for 11-year-olds who had also been raped. to have abortions. And what there used to be on the Republican side, a number of people where if they did oppose abortion, they had exceptions for rape and incest. But most of these bills today, there are no exceptions. You literally have one guy, I can't even think of his name, where he has said, oh yes, the 10-year-olds should carry these babies to term because they'll understand the importance and the value of that life. You cannot convince me that if any of their daughters who were 10 got raped by a criminal or a gang member, that they will be saying, oh, sure, have the baby.
Or by a black man. Roland, Republicans have opened up a can of political whoop ass that is exploding in their face. And now they're trying to backtrack. Now, you look at Jim Jordan. Jim Jordan had to delete his tweet. He called the story of the 10-year-old who was a rape victim, okay? He called that story a lie. He had to delete that. You look at the Washington Post, record shows Indiana doctor fulfilled duty to report 10-year-old's abortion. So now Attorney General Todd Rokita of Indiana has to backtrack. The doctor's attorney was on MSNBC Today, Nicole Wallace's show, explaining the cease and desist order, explaining how the doctor followed the law every step of the way. And, what this reminds me of, Roland, I hate to take it here. This reminds me of slavery when African women did not have autonomy over their bodies and were raped and had to carry the rapist baby and things like this. Did not have autonomy over their bodies. And now you have a lot of old white men and some white women like Aaron Hawley. And I know Kelly said Aaron Hawley sounds stupid. If Aaron Hawley is married to dumbass Josh Hawley, she is stupid. I'm telling you right now, she is stupid. But now you have this same thing expanded where white women, not just African-American women who die from childbirth who are 3 times more likely to die during childbirth than white women. But now you have white women who don't have autonomy over their bodies. So this is, as I said last Friday, I said there are going to be more stories that come out week after week. This is going to galvanize the 2022 midterm elections. This is going to, and Democrats have to tap into this anger and maintain the House, expand the margin in the House, and maintain the Senate, expand the margin in the Senate. But yeah, brother, this is serious. These are some crazy people.
Jim Jordan, you spoke of Congressman Jim Jordan of Ohio. He was on Newsmax, right-wing Newsmax, and listen to the lack of courage that he displayed in this conversation.
This child, should they have this option? Should they be forced to carry out this child? Should they have this option? In the state of Ohio, sir, where do you fall on that?
Well, this is a question. This is straight on the Supreme Court's decision. This is the question that the legislatures in the respective states will answer. I'm as pro-life as you can be. We want to protect the unborn children's life, but in this situation, you're talking about a 10-year-old. But that is a question for legislatures in the respective states. That's exactly what the Dobbs decision said, and that's where the people's representatives should make that decision in our state legislatures.
Well, I appreciate the time, Congress. Should they be forced to carry out this child? Should they have this option?
So you got an opinion on everything else, but now you don't want to answer this question, Kelly.
And my thing is, he should have had that kind of response for everything up until this decision, because it's none of his business what a person capable of pregnancy does with their body. It is no one's business except that person and the doctor treating that person. So for me, it's, again, I'm trying to sound thoughtful and coherent, but I'm really just angry right now at the fact that, like Michael said, this is a semblance of slavery. And for the first time in, I don't know, history, white women know what slavery feels like right now. And there's still, many of them are oblivious to it and are ascribing to the doctrine of, carte blanche, no abortion across the board. It's just it makes no sense. And it's not supposed to make sense. And what's even worse is those who have the money and the means and the resources will never be without access to abortion. So this is really just focused on those who don't have the resources. That's mainly Black people, other marginalized communities, LGBT plus communities. And it's not fair. It's not right. And it's more than about your right to, reproductive rights. This is about your right to privacy, which is really one of the fundamental principles of the Constitution. Like, that is one of the main reasons we have this thing called a country. And I say that loosely right now because I don't know where we're going with it. So again, like, everybody who is on this pro-life, and I use that term loosely too, they just sound stupid because there's no rational reason for this outside of the fact that you need to be in control of something outside of yourself.
AM Superstation WFDF. You can watch that in its entirety. Go to Roland Martin on Facebook and YouTube. That is from Friday, July 15th, 2022. Be sure to, if you want me to do a presentation for your group or organization, email me at AHNshow@AfricanHistoryNetwork.com, AHNshow@AfricanHistoryNetwork.com, or you can call us 313-462-0003, 313-462-0003. Be sure to visit our new website, TheAfricanHistoryNetwork.com, TheAfricanHistoryNetwork.com. Some of you heard me call in the Reverend Al Sharpton show a couple of days ago or so, and blew him away with my information. So he says he wants me to do a segment on his show once a week. So his producer took my information, so you may hear me on his show once a week also. So look out for that as well. Right now, it's correct. Wrong behavior is not over till we win. Wakanda forever. And we'll talk to you next time. Peace. Hotep, everybody. Hey, this is Michael Imhotep, founder of the African History Network, host of the African History Network show. I'm a talk show host, researcher, lecturer, writer, and historian. And I want to give a special shout out to everybody who has attended the 11th annual Liberated Minds Black Homeschool and Education Expo. I just want to take a few minutes, and we had a great presentation that I did on Saturday. So I teach 2 online history classes. One on Saturday and one on Sunday. On Saturday, the class that I teach, normally 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, is called Ancient Kemet, the Moors, and the Ma'afa, Understanding the Transatlantic Slave Trade, what they didn't teach you in school. And this is normally a 10-week online class. We deal with thousands of years of history and what leads up to the transatlantic slave trade taking place. We can't start studying our history in slavery. Even when we study the transatlantic slave trade, which is important to study, we can't start in 1619 or in the 1440s with the Portuguese, when the Portuguese get involved in the transatlantic slave trade. We have to understand the history chronologically and deal with the 800-year occupation of Europe by the Africans known as the Moors, who entered into the Iberian Peninsula, today known as Spain and Portugal, from North Africa in 711 AD. When we discuss the transatlantic slave trade, we have to first understand that African people are the original people of North, Central, and South America, and have been in the land we call the United States at least 51,700 years. Now, the second class I teach is on Sundays, normally 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's called From the Civil War to the Civil Rights Movement and Black Power, 1865 to 1968. Now, these classes are normally $130. They're on sale right now, $60. We do the sessions live. All the sessions are archived and recorded, so you can go back and watch it anytime. So a year from now, 2 years from now, you can go back and watch the entire class. With both of these classes, I would say the content is PG-13, so you can use this with your children as well if you want to. Also, you can advertise with the African History Network. We have 3 new advertising packages. Our current promotion is buy 1 month to get 1 month free. We have 1 million followers at our Facebook fan page, the African History Network. And with our platinum package, we'll take out ads on our Facebook fan page for you as well to help maximize your advertising campaign. And we take your 30-second to 60-second commercial, we put into the rebroadcast of our shows, and also into the audio podcast of our shows as well. We only have 20 advertising slots because we have a finite amount of advertising space. Email us at TheAHNShow@TheAfricanHistoryNetwork.com, TheAHNShow@TheAfricanHistoryNetwork.com, or call us 313-462-0003. All right, right now it's corrects wrong behavior. It's not over till we win. Wakanda forever, and we'll talk to you soon. Peace. iRedify is a Black-owned digital platform that showcases Black and Brown cultures and people. The books on the platform are written by African-American authors, Afro-Caribbean authors, African authors, and so much more. Kids 14 and under can read ebooks, listen to audiobooks, and complete learning activities. Kids can even write in the books digitally. Get unlimited access to everything on the platform for only $8.99 a month at iRedify.com. Sign up for your membership today.
The work that I do is larger than the fashion industry. It's larger than the art world. And I believe that I was born to bring newness into this world. I'm Kaima McIntyre. I'm 24 years old and I'm an artist. I create everything from paintings to jewelry design, metaphysical jewelry to be specific, and fashion design. The only reason why my prom dress went viral is because people needed it. Within a few days of going viral, Notori Naughton reached out to me and she's like, I saw your dress, can you make me a dress? I was equally as shocked to be asked by a celebrity to design their dress at the age of 17. That's just one person, and the list just continues to go on, to Janet Jackson, to Tyra Banks. It really hits home. That means that the discussion is happening on the grounds in real time.
What does self-care mean to you? To us, it's an opportunity to reconnect with nature. A chance to create something remarkable. At Sage and Elm Apothecary, our handcrafted skincare and household products immerse you in Earth's sweetest nectar, connecting you to nature in a way you never imagined. See for yourself and visit us at sageandelmapothecary.com.
STEM Forward, helping our community find their place in the emerging fields of science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. Join us for our monthly live stream on our website, stemforwardedu.org. Watch, subscribe, share. Also join our mailing list to stay up to date with STEM resources and opportunities. STEM Forward, the future is now. Watch, subscribe, share.